Tumon is marking an exciting milestone, and here to tell us more is the head of the school, Pat Bennett, and former president of the Board of Trustees and an alumni, and always a knight, Karen Gale. Ladies, half a day.
Half a day.
All right, obviously you're very pleased with your association with the school, and you know, I'm old enough to remember when St. John's was that little school in Upper Tumon where, as you're driving by, if you blink, literally you'll miss it. Now the campus is considerably larger. The facilities are much more expansive. You know, I mean, classrooms, libraries. Before it was that place in Upper Tumon where you had like a really good bookstore and a gift shop. So you know, before we get into the mechanics of it, tell us about what roots the school is based on, and then how it is expanded.
The school started in 1962, 50 years ago, in September. Two little Quonset huts, talk about small. And 125 students, and I think 5 teachers. And so this is the 50th year, and this year we've been celebrating all year. And that's what we're here to talk about, the celebration, which will culminate on March 16th at a celebration dinner at the Hyatt.
Now, so many people have come through the school, and you know, some people like us in public school were like, oh, what did you guys have, a graduating class of 17? You know, but you know, the graduates of St. John's go on to bigger and very impressive things. Many of them go to the Ivy League, some of them go to very big schools, and many of them come back and contribute to the island. Karen, as an alumni, what does it mean to you to carry, you know, I don't want to say the burden of an alumni, but the responsibility of being one?
You know, it is a responsibility, and I take it very seriously. I'm very proud to be a St. John's. I graduated 9th grade, because when I went to St. John's, the highest grade was 9th grade. And if there was a high school, I would have continued. But I ended up graduating from a very good school, Academy of Our Lady, class of 1980. But St. John's has always held a special place in my heart, and I think it's because my whole family went there. And at one year, my mother was paying for 5 tuitions. There were 5 of us there. And my sister, the youngest, Barbara, graduated. She was the first graduating class with Anna Borlas, who was the valedictorian at the time.
Class of 90. Yeah.
Class of 90, exactly. And so it was another special thing, was to be asked to serve on the board. And I took it as a community, giving back to my community and to that particular community, the St. John's community. My father was on the board for many years, and so I thought it'd be a great chance to give back. And so that is super important to me. And so I served 6 years on the board, and very proud of those 6 years.
Now, in St. John's, you know, it's unofficially known as a preparatory school for college. And Pat, you know, you've got a very diverse amount of experience teaching on Guam, you know, like in being an administrator. Philosophically, what is St. John's all about?
Just what you said. We know from the time kids come pre-K3 that they're college prep, they're going to college. And we plan for that. And our kids are, as you know, very motivated, very eager to learn. And we keep them in small groups so they can do that easily. And the same thing was happening when Karen was, when I used to watch Karen, it was funny that I used to live near Karen, and so I would see her getting off the bus and getting on the bus and walking through our parking lot in her little St. John's uniform. And then when I came to St. John's as principal a few years ago, she was the president of the board. So but I think there are stories like that about St. John's all the time, those cycles that it's like one big extended family. And Mom went to school there, and now the children go to school there, or people who've taught there now have grandchildren there. It's on and on and on. It's a Guam school that will last forever.
Aside from the physical changes to the school, because like I said, I mean, you actually drive by now, and you know, the size of the property is larger, and you know, like there were a few classrooms before, like you said, Quonset huts, which is kind of the way UOG started.
And there's a swimming pool.
Yeah, exactly, which is coming out. Has the school really changed in terms of its approach to educating students and, you know, and to raising young people to be leaders in the community and responsible adults?
Well, I think they've added things. The high school was a huge change for the school, and adding the International Baccalaureate program and the AP. That's very different. They've done that that was since Barbara. They started the International Baccalaureate in high school. So that's different. Other than that, though, the small sizes of the classes, that's still the same. The expectations, it wasn't, are you going to college when we were growing up? It's, what college are you going to? From the youngest. That was expected, and no one thought different. And so that still remains the same at the school. And that consistency is what has kept it as strong as it is, and why people want to go there.
Okay, well, real quick, we got about a minute left. What's being done to commemorate 50 years of education?
Lots. We've been celebrating all year. As I said, we'll culminate with a dinner on the 16th of March at the Hyatt, and it seems like I have signed 1 million letters to people to invite them to that, but if anyone hasn't gotten the message, we hope they're hearing and passing the word on to other St. John's alumni and former teachers and former administrators, so that everybody who's loved St. John's and helped nurture it along the way comes together that night, and we just have a big blowout celebration.
Even if they only went to the school 1 or 2 years, and there are a lot of kids like
Even
that.
if they drove by. You can come, Jason.
Me? My sister went there. I used to go and help pick her up. So.
And your mom has
mom's
been there
still
for a
there.
long time.
She has it. She really enjoys teaching there.
She's the backbone of our English department.
Oh, I do thank you, and she thanks you as well. So, any closing thoughts? Anything you'd like to tell the people out there?
Yeah, again, everyone who was a part of the school has great memories of the school, and come and help celebrate with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be showing pictures and bringing things and old yearbooks. You're going to put all the yearbooks out, right? And show old pictures. I've got a whole bunch of old pictures. And just celebrating a big part of your life would be at St. John's, and we'd love to see you there.
Yours will be the rowdy table, right?
Oh, yeah, you know it. Yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and stay tuned because we will be back. Extra continues right here on KUAN when we return.